You're watching Straight Talk Media Show. The presenter is Moa, your DJ Stozia. Okay, today's topic is it okay for a man in a relationship to watch a pornographic movie? That's what we're going to talk about. Is it okay for a man in a relationship to watch a pornographic movie? That's the question that someone said to me, and also I'm also eager to do this topic because, listen, men watching pornographic movies and what have you, men watching pornographic movies and videos is not a new stuff. Men are always going to be men, and there's nothing we can do about it. They can tell you, I'm not whatnot, but men are always going to be men, and women, we are always going to be women. And remember, one of the things that I say to people on my show is that men are visual. If a man see a woman, a naked woman on his phone, in a movie, they draw more attention to it because men are visual and they are hunters. Okay, so is it okay? That's the question that you're asking. For me, I wouldn't say it's okay or it's not okay, it's acceptable or it's not acceptable. There are things that we can never ever take it away from our men. We just have to accept it and believe in that they will not rub it in our faces or overdo it. Okay, there's a Ghanaian actress in Ghana. I think she's called Nana Mama Brown. I quite remember reading something in the paper. She said, if her husband is going to cheat on her, she hopes that the husband doesn't rub it in her face. That, for me, that's like a word to the wise is enough, because she knows that definitely her husband is going to cheat on her one way or the other. It might not be her husband having sex, with somebody, but men cheat. Cheating comes in a different form. It might be sex texting, visualizing, looking and searching on all that. Okay, so let's come back to the question. Is it okay for a man in a relationship to watch a pornographic movie? For me, I wouldn't say it's okay, like I said, or it's acceptable. And I wouldn't condemn it because men are always going to be men. Okay? When I got this topic, I spoke to one of my girlfriends and I was like, look, this is the question, because it's very common questions, but some people in a relationship are very young and all that, but it's okay if you're very new to all these things. It's okay. So I spoke to one of my girls. I was like, what would you do if you walk in on your guy watching a pornographic movie? What would you do? And one of the girls said to me, oh my God, if I see my boyfriend watching pornographic movie, I would jump on that couch, that sofa, sit down with him and watch it with him and ask him to, I'll tell him so that we can watch more and more. And I was like, everybody was like, oh, okay. But for me, it's like, wow, that's you. Okay, that's you, and it's okay, because sometimes some stuff are acceptable. What is acceptable to you might not be acceptable to me. What you like is not what I like. And sometimes it all depends on the way we were brought up. We come from different backgrounds, different homes, different beliefs, and what is not. It's very big, subject to talk about. Okay, so is it okay? For me, I wouldn't say it's okay or it's not okay, because I grew up knowing that men cheat, because I saw my own dad cheating on my dad. I saw my own dad cheating on my mom. Okay, there are certain things that you can't take away from men. Men cheat. 90% of men cheat one way or the other. They might not have a physical relationship with somebody, but emotional cheat, testing cheat, all that, exists. Okay, so what is okay for you might not be okay for me, and what is okay for me might not be okay for you. So, based on this topic, I'm going to be neutral. For me, if I see a man in a relationship watching a pornographic movie, for me, because of my level of growth and maturity, I wouldn't judge that person, because probably he grew up watching his dad, watching pornographic movie, or he probably grew up watching his uncle or someone in his family or friends watching pornographic movies. So for him, it's acceptable. And that's who men are. Men are hunters. Men are hunters. If a man see a naked picture on his phone, he will look at it. You dig in to see if you can see more of it. And for me, I would say it's natural. It's natural for men because men are created that way. Men are hunters. Men are hunted by. Some people say, oh, I'm a pastor, I'm a religious person, I don't have to look at this because if I look at this, I know that it will entice me to look more. That's what a pastor or a religious person will say. But it's okay. So for me, if I walk in on my man watching a pornographic movie, I'll be upset. Maybe I'll ask one of two questions, but it wouldn't be like, hell shit, what is he doing and all that, because it's not something new, because I know men do that. Okay, I know men do that. I'll be hurt, I'll be upset, but it's not something that I will take it on him and be nasty or be verbal or anything. No. So I wouldn't say it's okay. Like, your question is it okay for a man in a relationship to watch pornographic movies? So, sweetheart, I just want you to accept that it's not okay, but men do it anyway. It's not okay, but men do it anyway. It's something that's how men are created. They're visual. If a man see a beautiful woman dressed standing by the roadside and they want to look, they just straight away they just attract, they are attracted to those things. And I've seen, believe me or not, I'm a married woman, I'm a mom, I'm a wife. And one time I was walking somewhere, with my husband, and and this person was driving. I tell you, believe me or not, this man looking at me, and my husband saw that and drove on the pavement, and my husband saw that, because I always, I try to look good, and that's what, I look good for myself and for my husband and for my child, because charity begins at home. I need to set that example. So men are hunters and men are visual. So when they see something, they want to look naturally. Their natural instincts kick in. They want to look. Okay, so for me, I wouldn't judge my husband on that, but it's not okay, or it's okay. It's not okay, but it is what it is. You can't change that. You can't, you can't win that argument. You understand? So for me, I wouldn't say it's okay or it's not okay, but it is what it is. I accept it. But if he's when it becomes addiction, then it's a problem. When he's watching it all the time, or I'm walking on him, watching pornographic movies and all that, then that's a problem. Then we have to have a convo, we have to have a conversation, okay? Because that is not acceptable. And the second thing is, if he is comparing you in a bedroom to all these women, then it becomes a problem. Because listen, these women, they take stuff, they drink stuff. Okay, they take stuff, they drink stuff, and we all got a talent. Maybe that's their talent too. That is their talent that is gifted to them by God, to have sex and be, all that active, have big penises and fat big penises. That's their talent. Doing this is one of my talents, to sit here and be real with you and talk about marriages and relationships, because some people haven't got that confidence to sit in front of the camera and talk to you like I do, and some people even off the camera, they haven't got that courage to do it. So this is my talent, you understand? So this ladies that do all those stuff, is their talent that God is gifted to them. If you like, I don't want to belittle anyone. So they are talented to fuck big penises, swallow big penises, and that do all that. That's their talent. So I can't compete with that. But you don't want your husband comparing you with those women. And if your husband does that, then that's a problem. Then we need to have a big conversation, in a bedroom. You understand? So maybe he is watching this. Thirdly, maybe he's watching this so that he can explore it with you in a bedroom. Okay, some men, like I said, men are hunters and visual. Sometimes they watch all these things so that in the night they want to give you what you want, satisfy you. So they're learning some stuff. So it all depends the motive, or the reason behind him watching it. But for me, I wouldn't change my husband so much. I wouldn't be hard on my partner so much, because I walk in on him watching pornographic movies. And that's what men do. Probably he watches daddy doing that, or his uncle, or in school men watch it. It's something that men do. We can't take it away from them. Men are always going to be men, and women are always going to be women. So watching a pornographic movie is not a new thing. Our great, they watch it. So it's something that you can't take it away from the men. If you want to argue, you can't win that argument. So just if you become addiction, or he is comparing you to those women, then it becomes a problem. You have to have a big conversation. Thank you for watching. I'm DJ Stosia. Check my channel on YouTube, Straight Talk Media. Subscribe and like. And if you want me to talk about more of this, then send me your topics on WhatsApp, and we will have a nice conversation. You can also catch me up on YouTube, Straight Talk Media. Join my group and let's have a similar conversation. I love you for watching. Thank you. Call me DJ Stosia and I'll respond. Yes, Apple Crabber. Thank you for watching.